Hey Thrivers, you're listening to episode number 14. This week we're doing things a little bit differently. Christine is enjoying some much needed vacation time with her family, so I have with me not one, but two awesome guests. Joining me for this episode are two of my mastermind sisters, Brit Chandler and Sheila Martin. These women are total rock stars when it comes to juggling mom life, kids, and running their own successful businesses. Both have a passion for education, so one of the things that I love most about spending time together is that I always learn something new. Whether it's Sheila sharing some new way to use essential oils, which is her passion and her business, or Brittany offering tips to help me take better photos from her many years of experience behind the camera, I cannot wait to see what these women have to share. Stay tuned.
Welcome to The Thrive, a podcast for working moms. This is for all the women and moms listening. If you work from home, in an office, run your own business, or are the CEO of your family, this podcast is for you. Because at the end of the day, all moms are working moms. Rachel and Christine invite you to celebrate the victories, get advice, listen to their mom fails, and to know you aren't alone, to thrive in your everyday life.
Hi guys, this is Rachel. And things are a little bit different this week. Christine is on vacation in Florida. So instead of doing the show by myself, I decided to recruit two of my dear friends and mastermind members. I have with me Sheila Martin.
Hi.
And Brit Chandler.
Hi, guys.
And we are super excited to be doing a show for you guys this week. So Sheila, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I am a wife and a mom of, I almost said 4 kids, but I don't have 4 kids. I have 3 kids. And I am a Young Living member, and I do it as a business.
Awesome.
Yeah, I love educating people.
That's so cool.
Oils.
And you're really good at that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And Britt, what do you do?
I own the brand Strategy Co. I almost forgot the name because I changed it a lot. It used to be Social Strategy Co. And I am currently working on doing a lot of brand photography and brand strategy for small business owners around the country. So it's really exciting. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, that is awesome. So I have known you guys for, it's like going on 2 years now that we've all known each other.
It is.
Yeah.
We're missing, what, three other people?
Yep.
Yeah.
We're missing Sheila, Kelly, and Brienne, who round out our mastermind group. But I'm so glad that you guys could come tonight. And what's so crazy is that, like, these women, although we've only known each other for not quite 2 years, but soon, I feel like we share a lot.
Too much.
Everything.
Yeah. And one of the things I did want to touch on before we dive in, if you're listening, you've probably heard me talk about Mastermind a lot or just mention like, oh yeah, I'm in this group. So I was wondering, could one of you, I don't know if I've done a good job of explaining it, but could one of you, like in your own words, explain like what the heck a mastermind group is?
Sure. So I think the technical definition of a mastermind is a group of people that come together and meet on, I guess, a systematic basis. So for us, we all meet every 6 weeks, and it's the same group of 6 women plus our mastermind leader, Rhonda, and we discuss all the things that are just, I mean, we talk about a lot of life things, but we also talk about problems in our business and our big wins and our issues, and then we all create at least one goal that we all have to hold ourselves and each other accountable to accomplish before our next meeting in 6 weeks. So I think the technical definition is we have to have a goal that we're going to accomplish before the next meeting. But for us, I think we focus more on, I don't know, I guess like bigger picture things where because we're coming into our second year being together, we're really aware of what our each and every member's strengths and weaknesses are, so we know to call Kelly out about her website and call me out about my squirreling every time I come back. I have a new business idea.
True story.
Yeah, so we are capable. We'll check in and see if we all worked on our set tasks and goals, but the main thing is just really keep each other on track for our big picture goals that we set at the beginning of the year with our vision board. So I think that's a roundabout way to...
Yeah. No, I feel like that was really good. Like, what would you add anything to that, Sheila?
No. That was perfect.
Yeah, that was really good. And I love that you mentioned it's, you know, it is a business focused thing. So if you're not a business owner or somebody in that industry, you might not be part of a mastermind, or it might not be a good fit for you. But one of the things that I value so much about it is that, I mean, if you're a stay-at-home mom, it's probably really great to have some type of a group of other stay-at-home moms, because it's just important to be around people that get it. And so I feel like a mastermind is for like those of us that, some of us are sort of stay at home, work at home, and then there's some people in our group that are like working full time or doing their business full time. But it's that same idea of giving you a group of people that just kind of get where you're at in life.
Similar struggles.
Yeah. Because when you have a business, like whether it's an Etsy thing, whether it's photography, I feel like you deal with some different everyday struggles than if you're, you know, a stay-at-home mom or a work 9 to 5 mom. Because, I mean, if you can leave your job at work and then come home and have free time, you probably deal with some different things than us who are trying to sort of juggle it all.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't say juggle it all, like other people aren't juggling.
Just different things.
But yeah, it's just different. So I find that it's just been so valuable to find people that when we first met, I was like, oh my gosh, like, I think like the very first time our group ever met, we also had somebody else in our group who was not in our group this year. But I still remember Clarita had been in our group, and she was sharing about how, you know, she does a little bit of this, a little bit of that. She juggles her kids, and she kind of mentioned that she has time set aside for not working. And I was like, oh my gosh, like,
brilliant.
She gets it. And like she's done this thing that works. So what I love is that like each time we meet, I feel like I learn something that might not be related to like specifically like my business, which is designing websites and doing social media marketing, but it might be something that somebody has figured out makes their business easier, regardless of what you're doing. So, yeah.
I think my favorite thing about Mastermind is having somebody other than a husband or fiance to complain to and rant to, someone that truly gets those struggles, and then also a whole group of women to celebrate with when you have an exciting collaboration or something come up. I feel like a lot of times husbands or friends that aren't business owners, they just don't get it the same way that we all get it for each other. And we get really excited when somebody, you know, finally submits that blog post or whatever it is. We just have a really special connection where we get each other.
Yeah. That's awesome. I really feel like that kind of hits the nail on the head. And you mentioned husbands, fiancés. That was going to kind of lead me into like the next thing I wanted to mention is that just previously on our show, we had Brienne, who's a member of our group, and she shared her whole birth story and how she's a first-time mom. And Christine is a new mom as well. Like her daughter is almost a year. So what I love is that in our group and sitting with me tonight, I mean, I have 2 like more experienced moms because my kids are still young. Your kids are a little bit older. Yep. Maybe you don't feel more experienced, but at least you have some more years of being a mom under your belt. So I feel like in that realm too, like it's been so helpful to figure out like, well, what the heck do you do when you need to get things done or just in life? You know, we are all sort of in the same area. So finding out about, you know, if I have questions about like where to send my kids to school one day or things like that, I love having like a close group of women I can ask those questions to. And you are going through such a cool period of life.
It's interesting.
I was going to ask, like, how things are going. Like, Brittany is engaged. I was going to say newly engaged, but it's been a little while now, right?
It's been a while. Technically October. So it's been, we're coming up on, I don't know, like 10 months, 9 months.
Wow.
8 months.
It's 8 months.
A year.
I'll do the math.
I think we've been together. I think we've been engaged for like 7 years now. So
I'll be the green personality and do the math.
Thank you. So I'm engaged and I have 2 older boys, older-ish, depending on what you consider older. I have a 5-year-old who starts kindergarten in the fall, and then I have an 8-year-old who's going into 3rd grade. And they are both in, I don't know, maybe I should go into like my daycare situation because I feel like that's a big thing that started this year. Last year I was working part-time as a business owner, and then I was technically, I guess, a part-time stay-at-home mom, and I was sharing like daycare duties with my ex-husband who also worked from home part-time. So we would just work when we didn't have the boys and then watch the kids while the other person had to go into the office. So starting in January, both my boys were in full-time care. So Calvin went to full-time daycare 5 days a week. And Landon was obviously already in 2nd grade, and I would drop him off at daycare in the morning, and he would get bused to school, and then he would get bused back to care, and I would pick him up around 5 o'clock, pick both of them up at 5 o'clock. So yeah, since January, I've been a full-time business owner, and I've realized in the past 2 weeks when I'm having mental breakdowns on a daily basis that this was actually my first time. I'm 27, and this is the first time I've ever worked full-time in my entire life. And it's being a full-time business owner, which is a whole set of other issues, and being a mom and a fiance and a house cleaner and a nurse when my son gets black eyes, and just doing all of it. But yeah, it's an interesting period of life. I feel like elementary age is still new to me, even though I have an almost 3rd grader. But I love it, and I'm happy to have older kids for this period of my life.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I feel like it totally is different, when your kids are with you more or in daycare or just school. I realized I keep talking to my mom about next year, because my mom is retired now. Oh my gosh, it's so weird to say. Yeah. I've been talking about how she's going to be retiring. Yeah. And the school year just ended. She's a teacher. So yeah, she is done. I feel like it won't really hit her until she actually goes
till school starts?
Yeah, till school starts again, and she realizes, I'm not going back.
She'd be off anyway right now.
Yeah. So, this is just, her normal summer break. But I've been talking to her about, when can you, help me watch the girls? Because she has offered to us, the day of babysitting now that she's retired. And she's like, well, I still need my summer break. But then we were talking about, the fall. And I keep thinking, this day, that day. And I just completely spaced that, Reagan, my 3-year-old, is going to preschool, not kindergarten. Definitely not kindergarten yet. But I was like, oh my gosh, I have to rethink everything I've been telling you, because I was she'll still do gymnastics on Thursdays. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, she has school on Thursdays. I got to redo everything. Yeah. So it is different. Next year will be very different for us, I'm realizing.
It's a lot of juggling.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then with kindergarten, I'm thinking okay, I'm excited I don't want to say get rid of her for a couple hours a week. I'm excited for the break that preschool offer.
I could not wait until my oldest started school. I was just just get out of my house.
Oh my gosh, then I won't feel
I need a break.
I won't feel guilty then.
Well, he's just high energy, and I couldn't keep him busy.
Boys, that's how my oldest is.
It's just
okay,
he just needed something else.
Okay, and I don't feel so guilty. Yeah. I'm definitely excited for the preschool. But I was thinking about oh my gosh, kindergarten, if we stay where we're at now, we're in Manhattan Township, it's full day. So I guess if she does 2-day preschool, and then maybe in the following year I could do the 3-day, maybe it wouldn't be as big of a jump. But right now I'm oh my gosh, she went all day. I would really miss her, because that is a big adjustment. But man, so where do your boys go to school? Because you mentioned that is it your oldest Pierre, or is the oldest?
My oldest is William.
William and then Pierre.
Yeah, William and then Pierre. The boys are 13 months apart.
Okay.
So William turned 7 the end of April, and Pierre just turned 6 Memorial Day weekend. Okay. Yeah, it was the day after Memorial Day. And then we have Corlissa, who's 2.5. But yeah, the boys are going to the new school of Lancaster, the local Montessori school. And we decided on that school with William because he's just super high energy and just very fidgety. And we wanted to get a school that was a good fit for him, because we were just this kid, he just can't sit still.
Where they allow him room to explore.
If he was in the middle of doing a lesson or something, and his teachers have said, when school first started and he was getting into the routine and learning, he would get really frustrated. He would just get up from his lesson and walk over to a corner and do breathing techniques and sniff his diffuser bracelet. And, anyway, but to calm himself down, because
oily mama.
I know, right? I'm already looking at diffuser bracelets for Pierre, because it'll be his first year going to school. But what was I going to say?
You're talking about how it's just been so helpful for him to be
because he could just go, and this spring at their art show, I was talking to his teacher, outside of a teacher conference type thing. And she was just he was just super excited, super hyper. And his teacher's like, oh yeah, like I've seen this child like leapfrog across the carpet in my classroom. She's like, I know what energy. I was like, oh, nice to know. Like he has this energy outside of my house too. And it's just not like, it's just not at my house.
So do you feel like a Montessori style has been really good for your oldest?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Cause the nice thing is like, he can always just like, get up and move across the room if he gets tired of like sitting where he's at, or he can,
It's so nice that they're flexible like that.
Flexible.
And sometimes I'm like, why aren't, like, I feel like they've been really successful in their methods. So I don't understand sometimes why other schools don't allow a little more freedom.
Well, and the great thing is that in his classroom, there's 3 grades. So he has 2 teachers. It's like not a teacher and a helper. There's 2 teachers.
Wow.
And there are 3 grade spans in his classroom.
So how many kids is that?
There were 17 kids in his class.
Oh.
And so for 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grade, they have 3 different classrooms. But then it's 1st through 3rd in every classroom.
Interesting.
So then the returning students, like so when William goes back next year, he will be in the same classroom that he was in this year. And so he will know the routines of the classroom. He'll know where things are. So then the teachers can kind of focus on the new students. And like the old students know how things operate, and they can also pitch in and help.
Oh, that's really neat.
Which I was like, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Like it makes it easier on the teachers. And
how do they do that then with like curriculum? Like, is it like they each grade has their own thing, or they do similar activities, but like the older, like more advanced kids like do more, or
they do. I mean, like he'll have his lessons, like, math and stuff like that. But like for social studies, like they all studied, at the beginning of the year, they studied Australia. And then after the new year, they studied Asia.
Oh, cool.
And then they do that as a whole class, or they'll do like, William would be paired up with like 2 other students in the class, and then they have to do a project about an animal and like write the information out and like, do the research and stuff like that. So
that's cool.
Yeah. It's very diverse.
And I guess I feel like for subjects like you mentioned, like social studies or science, like maybe an older child gets a little more out of it, but like at the younger level too, like they probably are learning not just the subject and like whatever that specific project is, but learning from the older kids they might be working with. I don't know. That's just, I don't know that much about Montessori, so this is so interesting to me.
And I think like next year, then they're going to do like new continents. So, they'll probably do maybe like North America and South America or like, so I think every year they rotate the continents that they're studying or different parts of the world.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool.
Fascinating.
It's very Montessori's play-based learning, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of, I feel like
it's more hands-on.
Yeah, and they, the way that they can probably do the different grades is they have, they almost cater it to the individual child instead of like the grade. So each grade can get the most out of it.
Yeah, because William would talk about the students in his class and not really comprehend that there was like... an older age difference or whatever. Whereas when I was in school and like you're in 1st grade, if you were talking, conversing with a 3rd grader, like that was big stuff because they were like so much older than you.
They were like your book buddy or something.
Right.
I remember we had like older kids that would be like my book buddies.
Or like, I would go and like read to like, when I was in 3rd grade, I'd go read to the 2nd graders and like I was big stuff because, stuff like that. And it's just,
Oh, that's cool.
It's just so fascinating that like his friends are just like in his classroom and he doesn't even think twice about it. Just like,
And the new school is right across from Copper Cup, right? I know this because I like work at Copper Cup a lot. It's just my favorite coffee place, and I love how bright it is.
Yeah.
It's just like a nice, bright atmosphere. So yeah.
And you like to stalk the kids too.
Oh, of course. No, but it is fun to see like, I notice they're outside all the time. Like even when I would be co-working, Brianna and I would meet up there a lot, like in February, March. Hasn't happened so much since she's had her baby. But I remember it was still like fairly cold out and like the kids would still be outside. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they need that. Like
if there was snow on the ground, they were like, send in their snow clothes. We'll bundle them up for recess. Like we will send them outside in the snow. And I was like,
that is neat.
God bless you.
That. Yeah.
I'm not a snow person.
Me either. Oh my gosh.
Just like, you gotta be kidding. Just keep those kids inside.
Yeah. Oh, that's too funny. I'm actually really jealous just because it's so humid and like muggy out right now. And Christine has been posting pictures of like beautiful sunny Florida.
Right.
And her and her hubby are actually, they weren't going to go to Disney. I think they're in like the Kissimmee area. But they got a deal on like Disney tickets. So they're going for just one day.
Wow.
They got tickets just for Magic Kingdom. And I mean, Nora, it's probably a good age to go because Nora's still free.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's always smart.
Yeah, I mean, those of us
Slip in while you can.
Yeah, kids are getting older. It's not as cheap anymore. But
you don't need a plane seat. They can just lap baby. Oh, those were the days.
Mm-hmm. Well, and they also drove down.
Oh.
Since they were staying for a whole week, I think it's through, I want to say it's her husband's family. Like his parents have a timeshare or something.
Okay.
So they got a really great deal on like the week since it's a timeshare. And then they had to sit through one of those spiels. You know how they always get you.
Yeah.
So I think they might have gotten discounted tickets from sitting through that.
Oh.
So might as well put them to good use.
Right, yeah.
We ended up doing that in February when we went on our Disney trip. We had to sit through like a whole timeshare presentation.
Yeah.
And we didn't know that after sitting through it, they would be offering us like vouchers and coupons and whatever.
Right.
So we had actually purchased our Disney things ahead of time because we had planned on like, okay, we're going to make it a Disney trip. Because we also stayed in Orlando. But it worked out because we were like, well, we already have our tickets. So they were like, well, how about like $150 of gift cards? So it was great because we ate in the parks for free on their gift cards.
Nice.
That's
so
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it worked out.
Yeah.
Hey Thrivers, if you've been listening and you would love to join the Inspire Business community or a mastermind group like you've heard us talking about tonight, I have a special coupon code just for you. If you use code THRIVE20, that's THRIVE20, you can save 20% off of any workshops or upcoming events, or you can use that towards a mastermind membership and save $100 off your membership for the year. So this is an awesome chance for you to get involved, and I would love to see you at an upcoming event. Again, it's THRIVE20, and I hope to see you soon. So it's summer now, and you guys actually have school-age kids, so like, is it a big difference?
You can go ahead.
I was kind of looking forward to it because, I mean, we don't have to get up super early during the school year. But I am not a morning person, and I don't like getting up early. And so I like the idea that I can stay in bed till 7:30 or 8 o'clock and just tell my boys, go play.
Yeah.
Like, we live in the city, so like on the third floor, like go play in your room, or you can play with the iPad, or go downstairs and watch TV, and I'm going to get up when I want to.
That's so nice.
And I'm loving it already, and it hasn't even been a week.
That's awesome. And for you, it's pretty much the same, right? Because you're still on your routine, like you're working full time, so you take them to, where do they go?
So they have a nanny this whole summer. My ex's cousin is actually living at his house for the entire summer. She's home from college.
Oh.
So they actually have a live-in nanny that takes them to their swim practice in the morning because she's actually the coach of their swim team.
That is handy.
So very, very handy, yes. And typically I'll pick them up from daycare and then go straight from daycare to baseball practice or a baseball game or swim practice, but now all of their practices are in the morning, so I just take them straight to the swim practice and leave them with their coach/nanny, and then I go into my co-working space and just get work done and then go pick them up, at 5 o'clock at the end of the day and bring them home, and we have no sports in the evening until we get into swim meets, but those are actually fun. So
nice.
Yeah, so it's pretty similar, but my main thing this year is I was kind of excited about summer until I realized, it's the exact same as school time.
Yeah.
But then I realized I can take off school and Landon's not in school and I'm not paying for Calvin to be in school 5 days a week, even if I take him out for a day. So I'm hoping that I can take a couple Mondays off each month and take them to do something fun just to get them out of that routine where we can have that, because their summers are so limited and they're so they're getting big so fast. So I'm hoping we can have some summer memories like in between all the vacations and weekends that we have together. But
that's so fun. I like the idea of day trips because, at least for us, I feel like our girls don't do great on long drives. Like, Kyle's family has a house down at the shore, so we used to, like, when we were dating and first married, we would go down, like, almost any time there was a free weekend that no one else was using the house. And they've been renovating, so we haven't really been able to go down. But last summer, we were like, oh my gosh. Like, the times that we would just go down for a weekend, we were like, was it worth it? Because of how terrible. Our kids are in the car right now.
We don't do beach weekends with our family. We just go for the day. So we'll leave like at 7 o'clock on a Saturday morning or a Sunday, and we'll drive down. We go down to Delaware. Okay. Drive down to stop for breakfast, go to the beach.
Nice.
And we go to one of the parks so that there's showers. And then
like Henlopen?
We usually
Or
go to
towers?
Tower Beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we'll go there and then I take clean clothes for the kids, and then we hose them all off, shower them all off before we drive home. And if they fall asleep, then we get home and they can just go straight to bed or whatever.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
And it's
awesome.
like less stressful and like
Super cheap.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
that's
just
nice.
like you don't have to like worry about people sleeping well at night or all,
And it's
all that
enjoyable,
adjustment.
yeah.
And it's like
Yeah.
You don't need to bring the sound
yeah.
machines and the diffusers and
Yeah, well, that's
pack
the
and
thing. I
play.
feel like you pack so
that's,
much.
that's what we've been doing for the past few years, and yeah, it's just a
Brilliant.
piece of cake.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing, since it is his parents' house, like we are able to leave things there.
Oh, okay.
And we made the mistake of when Reagan was a baby, we got down to the beach. It was for like a long weekend. And we realized as we were unpacking the car that like we just completely forgot to pack our pack and play. Kyle was like, "Oh yeah, like I got everything set up," and I'm like, where is she sleeping? Like neither of us even realized it. It was the dumbest thing. Like hashtag new parent problems. So we had to go out to Walmart and buy one while we were down there.
Oh, man.
And I think I put one on my registry that was like, I thought they were so expensive. Because I guess the one I registered for also came with like the bouncer and like the insert.
all the
and, like,
attachments.
yes. But we went to like the Walmart at like 11 o'clock at night. And we were like those people with their baby at 11 o'clock at night in Walmart. Oh my gosh.
Why is that child not sleeping?
Yes, that was us. And I remember we found just like a basic one. And it was like $40 on sale. So I was like, well, you know what? This wasn't such a bad investment because we just leave that one down there now. So there's usually like an easy way for us. Like we get down there, we can just set up like where our kids are going to sleep. And so I'm looking forward to later this summer, hopefully once like their renovations are finally done. I'm anxious to get down, and I think we're going to go for like a whole week. So that'll be worth the awful drive. But I'm not sure yet if our dog will be allowed to come. Since they've made these improvements, I'm like, should I just not bring it up? Like, because the house had carpet before, and like they knew it needed replaced at some point. So I mean, we could bring our dog, and then we didn't have to pay to like kennel him for like a whole week. Yeah, it's expensive. Yeah. So I'm like, should I ask? Like, should I be considerate? And since, you know, it's all new, should I be like, so about pets? Or should I just be like, oh, I thought it was fine.
And they know your dog. So, like, that's different than if someone's like, oh, I want to bring my dog, and they have no idea the mannerisms or what type of animal it is.
That is true. We actually had to put the dog out because our dog so my dog Charlie is really big, and he was laying under the table here where we're recording, and he kept wagging his tail, and it was like thump, thump,
What was
thump,
he hitting?
He was hitting like the chair legs over there.
Very loud.
It was so funny. Oh my gosh, he's the worst. Like if the girls are napping, I need to get. Do either of you have like a sign, or when your kids were little, did you have a sign about like don't ring the doorbell?
No, I never needed it. My upstairs in my old house when they were little was like soundproof. You couldn't hear anything. So
jealous.
But yeah, one of those signs that says, if you ring the doorbell, you have to come in and rock my baby back to sleep.
Well, it's not even because of the doorbell, but it's because the doorbell alerts the beast, and then Charlie is like 100 pounds of craziness. Like his tail hits the the closet door there in the hallway by the front door. He'll stand there because he gets all excited, and then like he thump 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 thump, and then he might bark if it's a man. It's not the doorbell; it's like everything that happens afterward. Like don't ring the doorbell because you will cause havoc in my house.
You can just tape up a sign during every day.
I would sign every day. Yeah. I should. So can you tell me a little bit more about your business side of essential oils? Because we had someone on our show a few weeks ago who also does essential oils as a business. But what I think is so interesting is that you can do essential oils and kind of make it your own thing. So Christine is always worried when people listen. Since she is a teacher, she's like, we need to keep it PG, but she's not here today. So I figured it was a great day to have Sheila here. Sheila will tell you a little bit about what she specializes in when it comes to oils.
So, yeah, my specialty, which always gets me in trouble. One thing I really like to talk about is how oils can be used for between the sheets. So, can I say the 3-letter word?
Yeah.
Okay. So, sex, if you didn't get that. But yeah, like so many oils can be used for hormone support, and there's multiple people that I know that have used them to get things improved.
Anything
in the bedroom and with great success. I mean, I've used them. Other people have used them. And it's actually pretty amazing.
Well, yeah, so I had mentioned before that I went to a Lucy Libido class. It was Sheila that taught the class.
Yep.
And it was so fun. Like, I remember being a little nervous because I didn't know, like, well, I don't know
people are just like, that's weird. Like, we don't talk about this.
And I'm like, oh, yes, we do.
But I just didn't know what to expect. And, like, okay, like, if I don't really know anyone, is it going to be weird? But you made it so fun. And, like, the Lucy Libido, like, course or whatever, like, it really is just kind of light and fun. And it touches on issues that, like, everybody has.
So we don't know everybody has it until we're in the class. Oh, that's a problem for you too? Interesting.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun. So do you have any insights for anyone that might be listening? Any of your go-tos?
My go-tos?
Cypress.
Brittany she's a big fan. Yeah, so one of the ones that I usually tell people is, as Britt said, is Cypress, because people don't know that it's great to get things flowing. So if you're a little dry down under, it's great. You just have to apply it to, like, below your belly button or your inner thighs, and you will be shocked at the results.
So,
yeah.
Ladies, that's a good one.
Yep.
And for the men, too. Like, blood flow is important if you want things to work well. So,
I didn't know. Okay, so it's blood flow.
Yeah.
Yep.
It helps to get things flowing. And
So do the math.
yeah. So for the guys, like, you can use it same places.
I
And
also
just help get
remember
things
the
going.
other, like, is it an analogy, a metaphor? I don't know. Another,
What?
like, turn
The
of phrase.
goldenrod?
Yes, I remember that from the class.
That one's hard to forget.
This is one of my absolute favorites because, like, so many, when I bring it up, people go, what? Like, oils can be used for that? And I'm just like, yeah, let me tell you, goldenrod is not just a nice little yellow flower. It's for a golden rod. And then everybody goes, oh.
Yeah.
It takes like 5 seconds, but.
Oh my gosh. But I feel like the great thing is that you don't have to worry, like, if, I don't know, not like I've ever, like, gone to the store and been like, oh, like, what should I try? But, I mean, if you, like.
It's a safe place.
Yeah, oils are safe to try. So if you, like, have been in a place where you're like, I'm not sure exactly what's going on, like, if it's a hormonal thing or whatever. But for me, like, after I had my girls, like, I just felt like things had changed.
Right.
And I needed a little help with, getting back into the mood or whatever it was. And I think a lot of it for women, at least for me, and it was mental. A lot of it is mental. It's hard to shut off, like, mom mode and be like, I still need to be a wife. And, that
Be interested.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I felt like your class was really helpful. And if you guys have any questions, where can people find you?
They can find me on Instagram. My handle on Instagram is Original Girl. It's UHRIGONALGURL. I've just kept it my personal handle because oils are just a part of my life.
Yeah.
I use them every day. And so
true.
I was like, I don't feel like trying to be creative right now.
Amen.
But yeah, they can find me on Instagram or Facebook. And on Facebook, I'm Sheila Martin.
Okay. I also you have a Facebook group. Is that just for if someone is on your team?
Those are for team members.
Oh, okay. So I'm not really doing the business part of it, but since I originally got my kit from Sheila, she is my educational resource. So if you would ever sign up with her, one of the great things is that you can be in the group and then she shares all these really great tips and things. And I love that you do videos.
Yes.
I love that you are not, Sheila is not afraid to just jump on and do a live video. You can look.
She inspires us.
And I don't mean this in a bad way, but I feel like you can hop on there and you could be looking like a hot mess because you just dealt with your kids or this or that. And it's in the moment, guys, I just did this. You should know about it. And I love that about you because I feel like it's not terribly hard for me to get on and do a video, but I still gotta fix my hair and I overthink it and I don't want to look awful. Maybe I should add a filter. How do you do it?
With my 3 kids, I'm just I need to do this and I need to do it now. And this is just the way I look. And I'm not going to spend 5 minutes trying to put makeup on.
That's
Or try to do my hair or whatever.
Well, good for you. And
content is king.
Well, I wanted to ask because you did your first live video today, right?
I did, yes. Yay. And I put on layers of makeup because the camera removes makeup. I guess it adds pounds and removes
it
layers.
Does
of
feel
makeup.
like that.
Yeah, you need. I read somewhere you need extra makeup because it's like almost like drag queen-esque makeup that in real life it looks like that, but on camera you can't even tell that you have like eyeliner on or blush because the light and everything just kind of washes you out. So I have on more than normal today. But yeah, I did my first Instagram live, which was really interesting. I prepared a lot for it, which is very unlike my personality. That was sarcasm. I over-prepare a lot. But
Brittany is a researcher.
I'm a researcher, yes. What was that? I took my 5 strengths, and something was like, you're a researcher. Like, you're a self-researcher where you just, Google a lot.
Yeah.
So, that's definitely what I do. But, I did my first Instagram on how to create an Instagram content calendar. And I'm doing weekly Instagram lives now from now until a big launch that I'm working on, which is roughly like mid-July or end of July, depending on when I get this content rolling. But, I'm excited to be doing more content around Instagram and your brand and photography and using your phone to basically brand yourself specifically on Instagram.
So what is your main focus right now? It's this launch?
So majority of my time is spent creating the content, the marketing, the landing pages, all of it, email marketing for a course that's coming up. I keep changing the name to it, so I'm not going to share it here yet because it'll probably change next week. But
totally fine.
The basis of it is teaching small business owners how to utilize Instagram better by knowing what they should be posting, what they should be focusing on, what their strengths are, and then obviously how to take more cohesive photos with their phones without fancy cameras or having to hire a professional photographer every month. Because even if you have professional photographers taking photos for you, you still need to be able to take some decent photos just for those daily shots. Yeah. And that's so what I noticed. Yeah. A lot of my clients, and I'm sure you too, a lot of your clients just need that consistent content to put up. And they just don't have the ability to do it. So I wanted to create a course that teaches and empower small business owners to just create more branded and cohesive content.
Yeah, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like what we do kind of complements each other so well. Like, I love that in our group, even Kelly, Kelly has done a website in her day.
Yeah.
It's not
her own.
Not her own. But,
just kidding, Kelly.
I don't think she would really call herself a web designer, though. She calls herself a graphic designer. And right now she's really into, doing wedding invitations and things like that. And it's funny because, at the end of the day, I have made a graphic or two, like a logo for someone that needed something really basic.
Yeah. Right.
But yet, I wouldn't call myself a graphic designer.
Right.
And so I feel like we all have skills, like her and I and you. We sort of overlap in some areas, but we each have, our focus and our strengths. And yours is the photography because you're so good with that. And I'm actually really excited for the workshop you're helping with in a couple of weeks. So Christine shared recently about her event planning business and she's putting together an event for some Inspire business community members in, a few Saturdays? It's on the 30th, I believe. And
2 weeks.
Yeah, it's coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, 2.5 weeks.
We threw it together pretty quickly
because
I just had this idea.
In Mastermind.
In our group. Yeah. We had this idea to if we have this big network of women, but maybe they're in separate mastermind groups or something, how could we get them together? Because I feel like there's such power in connection and just people that I've met and been able to collaborate with and say, hey, what if I gave you, I'm doing the Marketing Made Simple workshop and Juliana Tomlinson had reached out about coming to the event and had said, is there anything I can help with? I love this idea. And I was like, well, would you want to come for free and take some photos for us?
Yep.
Because I feel like especially when you're a small business, you have to be smart about where you're spending your money.
Yep.
And you can really lift other people up at the same time when you work together.
Trading services can elevate so many businesses at once. I've had someone in my co-working space. He traded his gorgeous headshots for a personal trainer that works out of Lancaster in trade for personal training.
Nice.
So he's totally elevating his health while he's elevating her business and just growing both of these businesses at the same time. So it's really cool. Yeah.
I was gonna ask.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I love it. And that is so true. Like, it's just, it helps everybody. So we wanted to facilitate a way for Inspire business community members who might not be in a mastermind, maybe you are, but we wanted to figure out, like, how can we get these women connected? Like, let's have a day where everyone can get together, bring some props, take some photos together, and you're going to be offering some tips. So I know you've done your own workshops and you have so much to offer, but we were like, could you just come and maybe like walk around and like, like help people out a little bit if they have questions? Or I think what we decided was that everyone would get one complimentary photo, which is so huge and such a great value. So I am really looking forward to it. And do you have anything else coming up other than your launch? Do you have any other classes? Because you just did a big business school weekend.
Yeah, I did my big in-person workshop, which was a combo of photo styling, and then the second half of the day was business strategies. So I don't have any in-person plans just yet. I'm thinking that I'm going to turn both of those courses into e-courses because a lot of my audience isn't local to Lancaster, or they just couldn't make it that day, and just getting out on a Saturday is really difficult, especially in the summer if they're involved in weddings and that sort of thing. So for now, I think everything's going to turn into some sort of virtual course or workshop or academy.
And that's awesome because it's great for you and the people that want your content. Like, you'll be able to reach more people.
Yeah, which I'm excited about. It was a long time coming, as you mastermind. It's been a while. I've wanted to teach for a really long time, and I'm excited to move towards that and move towards branching out and helping more people remotely than just in Lancaster, which is always exciting.
Nice. And where can people find you?
I am on Instagram at Brand Strategy Co. And then just my website and blog is brandstrategyco.com. And I've been updating my blog weekly, which is like amazing. Yes.
I haven't updated mine in like months.
It's a whole thing. I also hired an assistant, which helped. But there's a lot of good content on there if you guys are looking for help with photo styling or creating more strategy on your Instagram or even just social media in general. There's a lot of information on there.
Oh my gosh, Brit is just, you are a pro with that. If you're somebody that's also like in photography or anything wedding related that's like really like photography based, like you sell your services based on like the beautiful pictures that you put out there on Instagram. So if that's you, if you're, jewelry, makeup, whatever, I feel like especially people that need those pretty and need those styled, even you've done such pretty pictures for Sarah, who was on our show last week. I remember from like the day, the mastermind day at Hingework. We had a day where we did some collaborative photos, and you got some great pictures of her like chopping like fresh kale or something.
She had really cute props. Abigail took a lot of those photos too, because I was kind of back and forth between everybody. I got a couple shots of her. But Abigail got more of the like lifestyle shots.
Oh, nice.
But I did just get hired for someone that's actually local in Mechanicsburg.
Oh, cool.
Has a whole makeup line, and I'm photographing her makeup in like a really fun styled like flat lay with petals and high heels and like
so cool.
gold. So excited about that. And I just got an inquiry yesterday from a company that has like, those subscription boxes or like gift boxes are really pretty tea. So like cute teacups and like pretty tea and all sorts of things. So fun. Yeah, so a lot of fun. Photography is definitely, as you guys know, my sweet spot. So I'm excited that I'm finally doing more of that and incorporating strategy into the entire picture.
Oh, very cool. And that's been so exciting to see it all sort of come together for you.
Yeah, finally.
Well, one of the things I wanted to ask is, before we wrap up today, we always love to share like our new favorite things. It might be something totally random. I did an oil one time. You'd be proud of me. I think it was after I had placed my first, like, I turned on my rewards. I think it was after your class.
Okay.
I talked about Progessence Plus and how it helps hormones.
Yep. Nice. That's a woman's must-have.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. So do you have a favorite thing in mind for this week?
I do. Just last week, I started this one. If you're looking for highlights for the summer...
Like for your hair?
For your hair, yep. So for me, like, I have really dark brown hair, and I spend a lot of time, like, out at the pool or whatever, and it's always fun if I can, like, get it bleached a little bit, highlighted. If you take lemon oil and put it in your hair. So you can put in your hands and just run your hands through your hair.
Okay.
That way, or like I have it in a little spray bottle, and then I add in lavender and cedarwood because those can also help to strengthen your hair.
Oh, wow.
And I do rosemary as well because it's kind of the same thing.
What about tea tree?
You could probably do that one too.
It doesn't smell as good, I realized.
No, it's not amazing.
I read it was good for your hair, so I ordered it 1 month.
Yeah, I don't love the smell
not
of
the
it.
effect I wanted.
But if you mix it with some other things, it might not be so bad.
Okay.
But I just put in a little 15 milliliter oil bottle, and then you can get these little spray tops to just screw on top that you can buy on Amazon.
Okay.
And so I have it in a little spray bottle, and I just spray it on my hair when it's wet. Like I get out of the shower and I just spray it on my hair and just tousle it or whatever. And then when you're going out in the sun, then it's just it's
like natural.
It's already
sun
in there.
Do you remember sun-in?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
And it works because the other summer, I was doing it. I had a different recipe, but same general idea, same oils, and spraying it in my hair, and my hair definitely got lighter and more
so cool.
streaky or whatever.
You should do before and after at the end of the summer.
I should.
August on Instagram.
And we were just at the beach over the weekend, and I did it once, I think, over the weekend, and in the hour we were out at the beach, it's I was I think my hair actually got I got some lighter streaks some places.
Yeah, it looks nice.
But
I'll have to add this in the show notes. So if you're listening
for the recipe,
you can find it on the Thrive community page. We usually list our recent interviews and things, and I'll make sure that I get this on there as well because I feel like people might be like, "Wait, what was that?"
Yeah,
I know I'm already hold on, tell me this.
I know. Right? Now I need to come up with a recipe because I just kind of winged it.
That's so funny. That's how my mom is with baking. You're so used to your oils that you can kind of eye it up.
Yeah.
With baking, my mom is so used to doing things that I'll be how do you make your chocolate chip cookies? They're so good. And she's like, Rachel, I don't even use a recipe anymore. I just kind of wing it.
Yeah.
Wish I could do that.
I know. Someday.
What's your favorite thing, Brit?
I was wondering what I was going to say for this, and just like you are. No. And I think just because of my recent experience, I'd have to say Instagram Live. I'm in a program where my business coach tells me what I need to do to launch this program that I'm working on. And part of it is doing webinars and Instagram or Facebook Lives weekly. And I am so terrified of anything live, especially video, and hearing my voice and watching my face and my mannerisms as I'm talking with my hands. I'm totally a hand talker. So I've been dreading it and not wanting to do it and trying to avoid it and saying, can I just write a blog post instead?
Yeah.
And she's been very adamant about the connection that you can get with Instagram Live. So I did my first one today, and I had maybe 17 people pop in while I was live, but I've already looked and I've had double the people come back and watch it while it was saved in my stories. And I'm just really excited about it because I feel like my audience gets to see a completely different part of me.
Yeah.
Instead of just seeing my perfect brand photos and my really intentional captions and everything that's all very strategic. They get to see me stumble over my words and say every other word. And
we all do.
Yes. And just have more of my personality infused into my brand, which has been kind of a difficult thing for me to put my face as my brand. I've kind of avoided it most of my brand's life, but I'm trying to be more proactive about being the face of my business and saying yes, it's me behind my business, and this is what I do, and this is what I love, and this is what I'm working on. And trying to be a little bit more transparent about everything that's involved in running a business. So having my face and videos, it was really exciting. And I'm putting it out all over. So now I have blog content and email content and more Facebook posts just from that one 25-minute video that I did. So
that's awesome though. And 25 minutes is not short. That's impressive.
It went by so quickly.
Yeah,
it does.
Yeah,
I wanted to say I was going to ask how long it was because you mentioned you had people pop on and then it doubled after the fact.
Yeah.
And if you're somebody that uses Instagram for your business, live is just so important. I feel even just in a few minute video, even if I get 4 or 5 people that I've been going back and forth with, in the video, like you said, it will double, triple, quadruple after you post it so that it's available for 24 hours.
Yeah.
And the fact that you spoke for that long gives you a longer period of time for people to see that you're live and hop on and join you.
Yeah. People didn't come on. I was on for like 5 to 10 minutes and I had 3 viewers. And I knew I was going to download it and save it for later. So I wasn't worried about it. So just going about it like I would. And like 5 minutes into it, 10 people popped on at once.
That's awesome.
So I think Instagram probably does something with their algorithm as far as like the live portion goes.
Well, also, I'll get notifications that say so-and-so is live. Yeah. And it probably takes a few minutes for people to get that.
You're not on your phone at that exact moment. Yeah.
So there's definitely a benefit to sticking it out. So if you are someone that hasn't tried it yet, make sure you do.
It's not as bad as you think.
Yeah. No, and try to hit that 5-10 minute mark if you can. If you have something that you really want to share, that you really want to talk about, I feel like that is really great. Like, and that's like a good time to...
Having notes nearby spreads it out a lot more, so you're not scrambling.
I'm sure notes are helpful.
Yes.
What do I say next?
Oh my gosh, Christine would be good at that. Her and her hubby do them together sometimes. Well, she kind of just starts and he'll be in them. And it cracks me up because it's totally unscripted. She does a lot while they're cooking. It's so funny.
That's awesome.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know sometimes I'll try by myself and I never take notes. So if I actually wanted to do something more informative, I should start that. So anyway, my favorite thing. I was totally unprepared this week for favorite thing because I was like, I don't know. I haven't started like any new products. But today I got a pedicure.
Ooh. Nice.
I think pedicure is probably my favorite thing.
Yep.
I just feel like you can't go wrong.
The one that stays on.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you can't go wrong with the pedicure. Like if you were just having a rough day, I remember when I was pregnant, a pedicure was like
crucial.
Oh my gosh, it was like heaven.
Yep.
And I couldn't even really touch my toes, so it was also like really necessary, or they would just be gross. So yeah, I feel like when I was pregnant both times, I probably had more pedicures in that part of my life than than in normal life.
The non-pregnant.
Yeah. But I like to go and just get my nails done like every once in a while. And today I got to take my nieces, so that was kind of that was kind of special.
Yeah.
They live a few hours away, so. When they are in town, I feel like they get really spoiled by, like, me and my mom because we don't see them as much.
Right. Yeah.
So that's my favorite thing, getting to spend some time with family and obviously relaxing. Although the downside was my chair massage thing didn't work.
That's half the fun.
I know.
That's a bummer.
I really like when the massage thing works, especially because I had to wait for, like, my niece to get done. So I was just sitting next to her in the chair. But my massager wasn't working.
Oh, you should have moved.
I know.
What a new chair. Did you go to 90s Nails?
I did go to 90s Nails one time. Not today. That wasn't today.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of their massage chairs are broken.
They've never broken for me.
I happen to be at the LA Nails, which is like in the Ephrata area because it was closer to where my parents are. And since I had to pick up my nieces, we just went where it was convenient.
Yep.
It was very nice, very clean. I don't know. My chair was just having a bad day. So I want to say thank you guys for tuning in this week. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope maybe you learned something. I feel like I always learn something from my Mastermind Group.
Yeah.
Always.
The notes, the Post-it notes when we leave. Yeah. We all have so many recommendations and websites and podcasts and books. I always get books.
Oh my gosh, and I love that you are somebody that takes the time to, like, read them. So if I know you're recommending it, it's probably because you've read most of it.
I read too many books. Yeah. Probably 3/4 of the book.
That's all that really matters.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming today. It looks like it might rain. Go figure.
Yeah.
I feel like that's been the story of our life lately.
June. It's been our June.
Yeah, raining all the time. But... have a safe drive home, guys, and thanks for coming.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Man, I don't know how to wrap it up because Christine is the one that's always like, and ladies, what does she say? Oh, I should know this.
You should.
I think it's, and mamas, if no one's told you yet today, you're doing an amazing job.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you so much for listening today. You are a part of a growing community of women, moms, and business owners who are here to encourage and inspire. You can connect with Rachel on Instagram at Rachel Klein Creative or like her Facebook business page for web design and marketing tips.
Keep up with Christine and all her latest events at Christine Campbell Events on Instagram. Another way to get involved and be first to hear about upcoming podcast guests and giveaways is to join our email list. You can sign up at rachelkleincreative.com/thethrivepodcast. And if you've enjoyed listening, Be sure to write us a review on iTunes so that we can continue encouraging moms and businesswomen each week.